Yo, ain't it crazy, like how we work so hard for a company, right? Bust our ass, and then either we get fired or we quit for something, you know what I mean? And then when it comes time to pay that unemployment, the company don't want to answer the phone. They don't want to, like, they answered you every single time you called when you worked for them. But then when it comes time for that unemployment to come through, they don't answer their phone call. They know who it is. They know what it is. So they ain't answering them. And then when they do, they tell them some whole other shit than what actually happened. That's what happened with me with the job that I was just with. You know what I mean? Because I was on the verge of putting in my 2 weeks anyway. I was about to leave these niggas anyway. And I think they might have heard me on the phone with these people accept the job. And I was sitting there telling them, like, yeah, I'm about to put my 2 weeks in. You know what I mean? So did you give me an opportunity to, you know, leave on good terms with this company here? They're like, word, all right, boom, hang up with them. I don't go over there yet. I don't say nothing to him yet. He come out back. You know what I mean? I'm out there, you know, I'm just, ain't nothing to do. He just, you know, you got to find something to do right now. So I'm out there detailing the trucks, you know what I mean? So I'm just out there, I got my YouTube playing and shit, boom. He come out there and start looking around all stupid and shit. Like, I can tell her something, you know what I mean? I don't know what, but I can tell her something. Come out there and tell me, yeah, I don't think this is a good fit, you know what I mean? Such and such, like, it's your performance, you know, you've been here, such and such. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know what I mean? Whatever. Boom. So there was a cell phone that they had gave me that I was using because I'm like, all right, I ain't gotta pay a cell phone bill anymore. That's more bread I can put into the house. So I stopped paying this phone bill and I just started using the company phone. Now that's my phone. You know what I mean? So I'm taking pictures with it. I'm doing this, doing that with it and everything, right? So he asked me for it back and I'm like, nah, I got some things in this phone. I'll bring it back. You know what I'm saying? And then, so after that, I ended up getting this job and dipping. So I'm like, man, I'll mail it in to you. You know what I mean? So I'm telling them I'm gonna mail it in or whatever. But they playing with the bread, their last check that they owe me. So I'm like, bro, where's my bread at? He was like, oh, it didn't come yet. Whatever. I'm like, bro, look, when I get my bread, y'all get y'all phone. Other than that, I don't want to hear nothing, bro. I want my bread, yo. I'm not about to bring the phone over there, but you still ain't giving me my bread. You know what I mean? So the reason why I got fired was, for one, there was a dude there that didn't like me because his mouth. And he lucky I ain't run down on him. You know what I'm saying? But he knew not to play with me, though. You know what I mean? His mouth was just crazy. So me and him always had issues. We went back and forth, and you know what I mean? And he would always look at me like wondering why am I saying anything or acting the way that I'm acting. And I'm like, bruh, it's your mouth, bruh. And I'm about to punch you in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just don't talk to me, bro. We working, let's just work and keep it as work. Other than that, anything else, bro, I don't want to talk about nothing, bro. I don't care about what you got going on. I don't want you to care about nothing I got going on. So we kept it like that, you know what I mean? So he was real timid every time he had to come up and say anything to me. I could just tell, like, I could just see it in him. He's wild nervous, he's shaking and everything. And I didn't want it to be that way, but I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? I just want you not to talk to me, bro. That's it. I don't want to have no conversations with you or nothing. You know what I mean? He walking around with his ass crack out and shit. He don't wear no drawers. He always talking about a rub and tug, which is the massage parlors he go to, and be having these Chinese women. You know what I mean? Like, he goes to the ones that only sell coochie. That's all he want. If you ain't selling coochie in there, he don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? And he would show me in the phone the pictures of all the Chinese women and all that, the Korean women and all that. But then he had a problem with Milwaukee tools. You know what I'm saying? He act like they so cheap and they feel so cheap in my hand and all that. And he got jeans made from Japan. Like the tag literally was in
Inspection
Japanese.
Ahead. Be prepared to exit for inspection.
But yet he didn't have he just couldn't stand anything that had anything to do with giving money to Chinese people. He did, but that's all you do. Every girl in your phone for these massage parlor are Chinese. And he used to piss me off with that shit. So that was something else we used to argue about all the time. Was him talking about the Milwaukee tools I use and all that. like, you know what I mean? So he kept trying to find ways to get me fired. He didn't want me there no more, so he kept trying to find ways to get me fired. You know what I mean? Lying, talking about I was on my phone while I'm up there at the siren. And I'm like, bro, how do you know when you 200 feet below me? How do you know what I'm doing up there? You don't know what I'm doing. So don't tell me what I'm doing up there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But he kept going back to the boss, running his mouth, talking this, that. And then while we in Kentucky, we used boat batteries. These are marine batteries that we're using to power the siren. And we have a whole pickup truck bed full of marine batteries. And my bad. So yeah, so we got the marine batteries back there. We pulled up the Buc-ee's in Kentucky, and somebody jumped up while we was inside. Somebody jumped up in there and took 2 batteries out and left. We don't know until later in the day, like, man, we missing batteries, like, and you know what I mean? So they blame me. That's my fault that somebody stole 2 batteries out of the back of the truck. You know what I mean? And then I'm looking at the GPS, like how I got my phone right here. I'm looking at the GPS. I make a wrong turn, and I lean forward, looking into my phone, and a cop see me doing it, and he pulled me over, asked me what I was doing. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at the GPS, bro. I ain't from here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'm at. I just made a wrong turn, and I'm trying to see where it was. And I'm like, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, I kind of figured that, but, you know, I'm just trying to make sure people be riding around here doing crazy shit all the time, you know what I mean? So I didn't get a ticket or nothing, but I told my boss about it, and so so I guess he knows the laws. I guess he must have not been answering these people so that he can figure out a way to get me to be disqualified or something like that. And I guess he found that loophole of the cell phone and used that and told them that. But he never mentioned, when he fired me, he never mentioned anything about a cell phone at all. He only mentioned the batteries, and somebody tried to break into the truck too. There was you know them signs, like when it's an election and people are putting the signs in the yards and sticking them into the grass, that metal wire that goes into the ground. Somebody took that, bent it into a hook, and was trying to pop the door of the work truck, trying to get into the work truck. And I guess it got jammed or stuck, and they couldn't get it out, so they left it in there. But they pushed it all the way down, so I couldn't see it. But I had my window all the way down, and I noticed it. I'm like, yo, Rob, like, you know what I mean? I'm talking to the dude, Rob, and Rob, I'm like, yo, Rob, what's this? And he looking at it, and he went up there and did something. He got it out. He was like, yo, somebody tried to break into the fucking truck. And then he kept talking about how he told me to park under a light or something. But like, nigga, I couldn't. This truck is so big. This is a utility truck. The truck was so big that there was no way that I was going to be able to park this truck where you wanted me to. It was too tight. That parking lot to that hotel in Kentucky was tight as shit. There was no way I was getting that truck in between there. And if I did, I wasn't going to get into the truck or get out of the truck. I would have been sleeping in the truck that night. You know what I mean? And that ain't happening. So I see some cops parked around back. So I went and parked by the cops. But somebody was bold enough to really go up next to some cop trucks and try to break into a work truck. You know what I mean? And my window was right there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it. Of course, I ain't hear it. But I figured, like, you know, if somebody set the alarm off, I'll hear it. And I'll be able to look out the window and, you know what I mean? But, nah, that didn't happen that way because they didn't get into the truck. But Rob goes back and tells that immediately that happened. Like, Rob was always talking. He talked too much. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody that talks a lot, that just can't shut the fuck up, they talk a lot. They'll tell you ASAP. Every time. It never fails. They will always tell. It don't matter what the situation is. If you know somebody that just always talks and just talk just to fill space, like, you know what I mean? They just can't be with you in the car and just listen to the music. They can't be in the house and just sit in silence and be at peace. Nah, they just have to keep fucking talking at all times. Yeah, they gonna tell on you for sure. So when he came out there, you know what I'm saying, and was telling me all this shit, these are the reasons he gave me. Never mentioned the cell phone, but then he get on the phone with the unemployment motherfuckers and tell them that, yeah, it's the cell phone and all this other shit. So when she said it on the phone, I'm like, what the fuck? And then she was like, yeah, so you'll get your money, you know, Thursday or Friday, but you know, we coming up with our determination, and if you're disqualified, all this other shit, use all these big ass words and shit, and I'm sitting there like, hold on. So, alright, I see where this is going. So because of this cell phone situation, right? Your determination is based upon this cell phone situation. Is that what you're saying? I just needed you to clarify. And she was like, yeah, in a way. Started about to talk. I was like, hold on one second. Are you telling me that if your determination is based on a cell phone, and when you come up with y'all conclusion in there, is this gonna stop me from getting my money? And she was like, nah, but it will stop because you waited 2 weeks to file your claim, right? Because I wasn't even thinking about unemployment when I got fired at first. I'm thinking about getting a job. I wasn't even thinking about. I'm worried about this job here that I'm at now. Like, I mean, what we doing? What's going on, nigga? I just lost my job, nigga. I need to hurt y'all. Speed that. I need that. Speed that. Word up. And so I'm worried about this. And then I'm like, damn. I'm talking on the phone. Uncle on the phone. He's like, yeah, the unemployment. I'm like, oh shit. I forgot all about unemployment. They gonna let me file. So I filed. She telling me that those weeks right there prior, I might be disqualified for due to the cell phone. I'm like, God damn, why is it that y'all always work so goddamn hard to, you know what I'm saying, like always try to like stop somebody from getting help? Why y'all always trying to fuck somebody's bread up? Like, nigga, we worked for that money. Like Medicaid, like nigga, y'all take money out my check every motherfucking week, every 2 weeks, whatever. Y'all take out a nice piece, and you've been doing it my whole life, nigga. You know what I mean? Y'all been taking money out for unemployment. So all these people that work, y'all taking money out for unemployment, all these benefits and shit that we don't even see. We ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Y'all just wiping our nose every week. And then you got the nerve to act funny when we trying to get some of that? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all niggas is tweaking. I mean, like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit pisses me off, bro. Because, like, my grandmother just passed today. And she had Medicare. Y'all take money out, but then don't want to take care of my fucking grandmother. But doing everything you can for the motherfucker next door that got some bread. I bet you that lady made it home. But my grandmother went to hospice and passed away. Y'all let her lay there and just die. Y'all let her lay there. Y'all didn't feed her while she was there. Didn't give her nothing to drink. Y'all was just putting morphine under her fucking tongue. And she just laid there. This shit, boy, I'll tell you, America's a motherfucker, boy. We don't gotta worry. They don't gotta worry about this shit in Canada. They don't gotta worry about this shit in other countries. They take care of their people there when it comes to health and going to the hospital and all that shit. They ain't getting billed. They fucking help their people. But this is the best place to live. This is the best place in the fucking world to live. But yet, y'all don't want to fucking help us at all. All these fucking homeless people sitting out here in the street and shit. You got all this mass land all over the fucking United States. mass land that ain't touched, that ain't been explored yet. Ain't nobody walked on this motherfucker since the fucking 1600s. Ain't nobody even walked on this motherfucking grass over here. And y'all knocking all these trees down, putting up shit you can make money, but you won't put up some motherfucking houses to put some homeless people so they can get on their fucking feet and be normal people in society and shit. Charging motherfuckers for water and oranges and shit that's grown and here for free, that God put here, but y'all bitch ass niggas went up there and grabbed this shit and said, nah, I'm gonna make y'all niggas pay for it. Nah, nigga, grapes ain't free no more, nigga. Where's your God now? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how they coming at niggas, for real.